Good day, grade 6. So today we will have your second lesson in our block 4 in Mathematics 6. So we have a word problem. Marco has 4 and 2/5 of the pie left. He wants to distribute this equally to 11 people. How much pie will each person get? Again, Marco has 4 and 2/5 of pie left. He wants to distribute this equally to 11 people. How much pie will each person get? So let's answer this word problem.
So as you can see, we have 4 and 2/5 divided by 11. So as you observe, we have a mixed number and a whole number that we need to divide for this day. So before we proceed with solving the following, we need to convert our whole number into improper fraction. So we need to multiply our denominator to our whole number and add it in our numerator. So we'll start having 5 times 4, that is 20, plus 2, it's 22. And copy your denominator, which is 5. Copy your divided symbol or divide symbol and convert our whole number into fraction. So a whole number that turns into fraction, always remember that denominator is always 1. So we got the fraction of 11 over 1. Okay, now that we have 22 over 5 divided by 11 over 1, we can now simply do the rules of doing the rules of dividing fractions. So how do we do this? Copy your first fraction, which is 22 over 5. Your division symbol or divide symbol will turn into multiplication times, and your second fraction will turn into reciprocal. How do we reciprocal? Our denominator will become numerator and numerator will become denominator. So they just changed position. So we got 1 over 11. Now that we have a new fraction and changing the operation, we can now do the rules of multiplication. Do we have any common between numerator and denominator? Yes, we have. That is 22 and 11 divisible by 11. So we need to divide it by 11. So 22 divided by 11 would be 2. Okay? 11 divided by 11, that is 1. So, how about 5 and 1? There is no divisible with each other, so we can now simply multiply directly. So, 2 times 1, that is 2. 5 times 1, it's 5. Do we have any divisible between 2 and 5? No more. So, the answer would be 2/5.
So we can say that each person can get 2/5 of the pie. So in this day, we will have the lesson 2 in block 4, which is dividing mixed numbers by fractions. Again, dividing mixed numbers by fractions. So this would be our aim for today. Students will be able to divide mixed numbers by fractions. Aim, students will be able to divide mixed numbers by fractions. So we will proceed with our activities. So we have our activities that we need to find. What would be the answer of the following divided fractions in letter A, B, and C? So let's start it.
So we have here in letter A, the first activity that we have. Letter A, we have 2 1/4 divided by 3/4. So as you can see, we are dividing a mixed number and proper fraction. So how can we do this? By a pie or divided pie. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 2 holes. So we'll draw 2 circles. And where can we get the 1/4? We will draw here 1/4 part. Okay. So as you can see, they have the same denominator. Okay? So we need to divide it by total of 4. Okay, now we have simply demonstrate or show our first fraction which is 2 wholes and 1/4. Now we need to divide, or how many 3/4 are there in our 2 and 1/4. So the first thing we need to do is to shade every 3/4 by each color. For example, we'll count here 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. So we'll shade this one. Okay. This part into gray. Okay. After shading it, that would be 1 now. Okay. So we will shade the following until the end. We need to shade again 3/4. So 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. So this part and this part is 3/4. So we need to shade it. That is now 2. And another 3/4, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. Okay, we'll use the red one. Okay. So how many is it? It's 3. So we can see that the answer for this 2 and 1/2 divided by 3/4 is equal to 3. Okay, so let's have letter B. We have 2 and 2/3 divided by 2/3. So what will be our answer for this one? If you want to do not use the pie or the circle, we can solve the following automatically. By how? By changing our mixed number or convert our mixed number into improper fraction. So we need to multiply again our denominator to the whole number and add it in our numerator. Okay, so 2 times 3, that is 6, plus 2, it's 8, and copy your denominator, which is 3. Okay, change your division symbol into multiplication and reciprocal your second fraction. So change the order. So it become 3/2. So enable for us to come up with a direct answer or simplified answer, we need to do the cancel out. So any divisible by 8 and 2? Yes, there is. That is 2. So 8 divided by 2, that is a 4. 2 divided by 2, 1. How about 3 and 3? Yes, there is. It's divisible by 3. So 3 divided by 3, it's 1. 3 divided by 3, it's 1. So now we have the remaining of 4, 1, 4 over 1 times 1 over 1. So we now multiply them. 4 times 1, it's 4. 1 times 1, it's 1. So we need to divide them. 4 divided by 1, it's 4. So we can say that 2 and 2/3 divided by 2/3 is equal to 4.
Go.
So let's proceed with letter C. We have 3 and 3/4 divided by 1/4. Now I want you to pause the video, enable for you to find out what would be the answer of this fraction. I want you to pause the video and answer the following in your notebook. Okay, so let's check if your answer is correct. So the first thing we need to do is to convert our mixed number into improper fraction. So we will do multiplying denominator to our whole number and added to our numerator. So 4 times 3, that is 12, plus 3, it's 15. And copy our denominator, 4. Change your division symbol into multiplication and reciprocal your 1/4. It becomes 4 over 1. Okay? So do we have any divisible from our denominator and numerator? Yes, we have. That is 4. So that is divisible by 4. 4 divided by 4, it's 1. And 4 divided by 4, that is 1. So what are the remaining? That is 15 over 1 times 1 over 1. So now we can simply multiply directly. 15 times 1, that is 15. 1 times 1, it's 1. So this is not our simplified answer. We need to divide. 15 divided by 1, that is 15. Did you got the correct answer? Good job.
How do we divide mixed numbers by fractions without using any cutouts? Or the pie? How do we divide mixed numbers by fraction without using cutouts? So this would be the important thing to do when we are dividing a mixed number into fraction. First thing we need to do is to convert the mixed number into improper fraction. Second, change the division symbol to times symbol or multiplication symbol. The third one is the reciprocal or multiplicative inverse of the second fraction. And the fourth, write the prime factors of the number and denominators of both fractions and cross out the common factors between them. And finally, you need to simplify. So let's try another. We have the quantity of 4/5 times 6/8 divided by 1 and 1/5. So let's go started to find out what would be our answer.
Go.
Okay, so as you can see in letter D, we have PEMDAS rule, right? Because we have parentheses, multiplication, and division. So we'll just follow the rules applied with the operations. So we have the quantity of 4/5 times 6/8 divided by 1 and 1/5. So the first thing you need to do is to convert your mixed number. Enable for us to have a continuous solving later. So we'll just copy first this one. We have 4/5 times 6/8 divided by 5 times 1, that is a 5, plus 1, it's 6. And copy your denominator, 5. Now that we are done converting our improper mixed number into improper fraction, we can now do the parentheses. Okay, because of the PEMDAS rule. So we have here, look at your two fractions. They have divisible with each other. Yes, we have. That is a 4 and 8. So they are divisible by 4. So we need to cancel it out. Because a 4 divided by 4, that is 1. And 8 divided by 4, it's 2. How about 5 and 6? No. We don't have any divisible or common between them. So we simply multiply 1 times 6, that is 6, over 5 times 2, it's 10. And copy our divided by 6 over 5. Okay? Now we have the division rule of fraction. We need to copy our first fraction, which is 6/10. Change our division into multiplication symbol. And reciprocal our second fraction. It become 5/6. Now, we need to cancel out, enable for us to simplify it directly. So, 6 and 6 have a divisible by 6. So, we need to divide it. 6 divided by 6, that is 1. 6 divided by 6, it's 1. How about 10 and 5? Yes, there is. It's divisible by 5. So 5 divided by 5, that is 1. And 10 divided by 5, that is 2. So the remaining is 1/2 times 1 over 1. So we need to multiply directly. 1 times 1, it's 1. 2 times 1, that is 2. So the answer for this letter D is 1/2. So we can see that the quantity of 2, 4 times 6, 8 divided by 1 and 1/5 is equal to 1/2.
Now that you know how to find out the quotient of our divided mixed numbers into fractions and fractions, you can now answer page 21 in your content book, sheet work number 2, dividing mixed numbers by fraction. Again, get your workbook, answer page 21, sheet work number 2, entitled Dividing Mixed Numbers by Fraction. And do not forget also to answer your homework. That would be in your content book, practice questions 1, 2, 3 in page 40. So because you need to have the solution, you need to put it in your notebook. So after you have answered your workbook and your content book, submit it in our lesson 2 in our block 4 classwork. So that would be all for today. God bless.